So hello friends, welcome back. So let's complete the database installation using silent installation. Okay, so let's get started. So what all the steps are there to complete this particular silent installation? This is also not hard, but the thing is that you need to make sure that parameters are provided in the response file properly, so that when we invoke the DBCA utility, okay, the response file shouldn't throw any error. Okay, so let's see the steps. So the step number one will be Oracle software must be installed. We already know that. Okay, and we already performed that. Okay, whoever haven't watched the videos, please go to my part 1 of this video and watch it, to how to set up Oracle database software, and that too using silent installation. Now the second part will be navigate to the Oracle Home Assistant DBCA and dbca.rsp file. Okay, this will be a template file which Oracle provides. Okay, when you extract the database software, make sure to back up this software. That's what I mentioned here, modify and backup response file. Make sure to back it up. Okay, otherwise if you mess up the original file, there is no way to get back all the parameters. And the last part is using the DBCA. We will be using the silent installation parameter. Okay, that will be switched to install. Okay, so now I am on my command prompt. Let's navigate to that particular directory where the response file is sitting. cd / oracle base product. Okay, and then assistance DBCA, and when we list it, we will see that file. We will make a backup out of it, dbca.bkp. That is done. Now what we need to do is vi that file. Let's go to the top of it. Okay, so this is DBCA response file, as you can see it. Let's move down and provide the information. The global database name will be database name dot the domain name. So let me insert that value. I will create the database as ORDB dot local domain. Okay, that will be my global database name. My SID will be ORDB. I will create this as a single instance. Okay, this is not required. Better is to comment it out. Whatever is not required, better is to comment it out. Sorry, undo and then comment it. As you can see, this is a huge file, but the important parameter needs to be there. Keep going down. Cardinality, all these are policy managed database. Okay, ours is admin managed database, so these parameters are not required. So we will comment out. We will go down. Pool name, no, it's not required. Cardinality, not required. No, we are not creating container database. Okay, we make sure not to. We are not creating PDBs. Okay, so if the database is not activated as container database, if we don't say yes, then there is no meaning of creating PDBs, because it will not be created. PDB name, no. These all things are relating to the multi-tenant environment. Okay, my next video will be installing the database software and creating the multi-tenant database. Okay, so don't worry about that I am not touching that part. This is single instance, and then we will complete that part as well. So this is mandatory. Okay, So password, I'm typing my password, and make sure to put in double quotes. System password will be the same. This is not required. Okay, this is for Windows, I think. So don't worry about it. No enterprise manager here. No enterprise manager. So you guys must be remembering, right, how we go through these steps and we actually find these type of settings, and then we uncheck the box. This is what goes on under the hood. These parameters are modified automatically by Oracle as soon as you check or uncheck. But currently, as because we are doing it manually, this is enterprise manager password, we are doing manually, so we have to make sure to do it properly through the parameters. But one thing to remember, that these are the things which we perform in the real world. Not all companies provide you the graphical user interface, okay, for the installation. Usually those are the silent installation only, because they use script, right? There is no meaning of graphical user interface. These all are not required. So now this particular parameter is very important, okay? Data file destination / or data. Mine is Oracle managed file location, okay? So there, what Oracle will do, it will create Oracle SID subdirectory under / or data, okay? And under that it will install or create all the data files, okay? My FRA location will be / or data / FRA. Let's check what is image storage type is file system FS. This is not required. No. ASNMP, no, it's not required. Recovery group name. ALUTF34, right? Let me find out. Okay, so this is ALUTF8. AL32 UTF, okay, AL32. I'm doubtful that while providing the quotes, if that will take it. Okay, I think the quote is required, okay? So let's validate everything. Okay, let's move on. Don't need this as well. Okay, so I think we have done everything properly. There shouldn't be any issue, but if there will be any issue during the DBCA setup, we will try to resolve it, okay? So let's move on. Let's complete it. I'm doubtful about the quotes, but still I think that is the way to do it. I don't know about the data file destination. I'm just confused about that, but that's okay. So this is not needed. No. Directory service name, no. Wallet password, no. Oracle wallet, no. So we haven't set up the listener, no. So much things. keep going. Sample schema, maybe true. I will let it do it. So these can be commented out. I think this should be true, but this is not mandatory. Automatic memory management is also not mandatory, but we will check it. Let's see how it goes. Okay. So we will save the file, and the way to run it is, let's go to the bin directory, cd bin db/dbca. Okay, dot response file, and then we need to navigate to Oracle base product. Okay, assistants, what was that? dbca and dbca.rsp. let's see if it throws error or it goes fine. Okay, sorry about that. Hold on, I think I missed one parameter. That is the reason we saw the graphical user interface, right? So we need to, so these are the small silly mistakes. So yeah, so it's saying that we need to mention some specific parameter combinations, which is actually missing. I think create database is missing. So yeah, so there are some specific issues in the file. Just a second. Let's see how it goes. It's still giving the error. Could not be given template. Action verifies the existence of template file. Just a second. Yeah, so the error was not big. The small error was that in the template parameter you have to enter the value, and the value will be this. Okay, let me show you. Sorry, let me clear the screen, clear the thing, and this template parameter will have this value. Okay, and you will run this as a usual way with the switches, that is silent. Okay, silent installation, create database parameter. Okay, and the response file is used here, and we saw all the values as well. Now it's performing all the installation. This is a single database installation. This is not a multi-tenant environment. Okay, so it will perform all the activities. Now it's creating and starting Oracle instance. We have already specified the password. Okay, sys system password. We provided the database directory as well as the flash recovery area directory as well, that is /aura data/fra. So it's considering everything and storing those files accordingly. Okay, now let's see what is happening. Maybe the instance has been started up. Grep pmon, yeah, the instance has been started. The dbca utility is still performing the actions. Let's see the /aura data location ls fnel. Okay, so you see this aura db directory has been created, and all the files will be stored here. Okay, it is performing all the actions. There is a slight difference between this and installing the multi-tenant environment is that you must have seen the different values, or you can call it as switches for pluggable database as well as multi-tenant environment, right? And for the undo table space as well to be true. So all those parameter needs to be validated and then put into the proper values, so that while installing and using the dbca, it will install all the specific stuff. That is, it will install the container database, it will be installing the pdb seed, and then the amount of pluggable database you will select to install. Okay, and it will store all the data files accordingly, okay, to the specific places. So this response file actually helps us to navigate the same way as we would do in the graphical user interface in dbca. You must have seen the different switches and different settings, right, while going through the dbca utility multiple times. But this particular utility, that is response file, will make it a lot easier, because we can use this in the scripting and we can automate the task of installing the software as well as database, right, in a single shot with a single script file. Okay, in future I will be coming up with shell scripting for Oracle DBAs as well, and you guys will see how we can leverage this particular response file and use this to actually install the database at a single shot. Okay, so for installing the listener as well, there is a configuration files, there is a response file as well. Let's check the response file. Let me close this. Let's go to the specific location, cd/oracle, okay, base product. Okay, in under the assistants, same location. Okay, I think netca. Okay, and then list it. Okay, so vi netca.response file. Let's check the response file for netca as well. I don't think we will need to modify anything here. So listener name will be listener protocol will be TCP in 1521. Okay, I think everything should be fine. I think we can invoke this as well. So how do we do it? So let it complete. This is 66%. Let me invoke this as well. So how do we do it is cd ... Let me go to the bin directory. Here there is /netca -silent -response file /oracle base product. Okay, assistance netca and netca.r. So this will start the listener. So it has started the listener as well. Okay, so this is done as well. So see, we are not touching anything, right? We are not touching the graphical user interface anywhere. we are just using this particular directory, right? This particular directory assistance has different tools, okay, under it. So netca has netca response file, there is a dbca, there is a dbca response file, right? For software it is for software as well, there is a response file. So yeah, different response file, you can actually open it up, modify the parameters accordingly, turn off and on the switches, and then start using that, right? So invoke it from the bin directory, okay, the way we do it, okay, dot slash and then the binary, and then make sure to put the silent keyword, okay, switch, and then response file, and select the specific response file to install. That's how we did the listener as well as the software. I think this is also done. No, it's not done yet, so let it complete as well. Let's check the listener ls. So it's not lsnrctl status. Currently it's not registered with anything, but let it install the database completely and then we will check it. I think the process is running. CNS, yeah, so listener process is running. So yeah, it's completed now. Okay, let's check the listener now. So first of all we will see beam on. Okay, let's check the aura tab if it is there. Yeah, it has that aura db, okay, lsnrctl. Let me clear the screen. Status, okay, you see that the database is registered accordingly, okay. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe my channel, please like my videos, please click the bell icon so that you guys can actually receive my latest video, okay. Enjoy.